Hey guys, welcome back for season 17 of the V8 Veterans. First track guide this week is from Bathurst. All right, guys, welcome back for another track guide. As I said, this week from Bathurst for the first round of the V8 Veterans for season 17. So this week I'm running a 52.2% percent brake bias. I can't remember what the stock is, but there is a little bit of something different this season. I rubbed the missus up the right way. I must have, and she let me didn't mind me buying a new set of pedals. So I ended up getting the V&M X Edition pedals. So I got a little bit of software with them. So it's not all linear now. My accelerator and my clutch are linear, but I hope I'm not giving away any secrets from anyone else. But the brake curve sort of goes like this now. Sort of it gets on a little bit early and then tapers off. So that's sort of, I don't know, I've gotten used to it over the weekend as I did a Bathurst 1000 with Jeff Thomas on the weekend. So go check that out on the channel as well. Quite a really cool ending, actually. I was quite surprised. Shit start, but yeah, really good ending. But yeah, so gotten used to the pedals over the weekend and yeah, really like them. So check those ones out, guys. If you're looking to get a new set of pedals, go and check out the reviews. But without further ado, I'll jump into it. Where's the thing? There it is. All right, so coming down the main straight. So with this one, I
Hey,
did
Jamie, how are you, mate?
a
Jump in our room when you get a sec.
203.6, or turn the boys down. 203.6. So that was quite a good run for me. My previous best was a 203.78 or something like that. So I've taken 100, 1/10 off, 1/10 basically off that. Yeah, so without further ado, I'll jump straight in. I think I've told you everything. So coming down the main straight here, guys, as usual. So coming into the first corner here, um, everyone knows the 100 is the brake marker. So I've done track guides on this track on Bathurst in the past. It's all basically the same. It's just a matter of getting everything really smooth. Maybe push your brake markers a little bit, but you still got to be able to get all that braking done, which I've noticed I've been able to do with these with these new pedals. Getting all your braking done and then tapering it off before you get into the corner, and then getting that acceleration through the corner to get a good run out. So that's what I've learned so far. So yeah, coming into the corner here, all the way up into fourth gear, back to third, back to second, before you hit the corner, always in a straight line as usual, tapering off, heading a mid-apex, and then just accelerating out. Just watch the curb on the exit on the right side, as it does get a little bit slippery, as everyone probably knows. I just thought I'd put this up for anyone that's sort of new to the track or new to the series. So as you'll see here, so coming in, getting that braking done nice and early, getting it just on the apex. As you can see there, I started getting a little bit squiggly out of the corner. I'll just turn that down a little bit. Um, yeah, a little bit squirrely out of the corner there as I tried to get back on the accelerator. As you can see, I did all that braking really late or late-ish, but started trying to get back on the accelerator nice and early and before that apex. So yeah, and just to get a good run out there. Probably got on a little bit too hard. Probably just holding it at a more of a, what would you say, just a constant um, accelerator as you're coming around the corner and then getting out of it. Once you straightened up, then get hard on the accelerator and out. It's coming up to this the next right hander. I tell you all the names, but I always get them mixed up. So I'm just going to go with right and left hander. So I always use the 100 as usual. About a car, 2 car lengths, probably right in the middle would probably be the best. So getting off the accelerator, as I was saying in the last season, and I've really talked to Jeff about this over the break. So getting off the accelerator completely, getting on the brake, making a good point of getting off the accelerator, getting on the brake in a straight line, going down your gears. So getting off the accelerator on the brake and then going down your gears, which I've noticed. And if you can do it smoothly, it sort of tends to transition the car from going flat stick and then just slowly transitions it like this instead of going and then on the brake and you're losing the arse end. You just want to come in nice and gradually, getting back through the gears, getting all your braking done, and then looking for that apex or wherever you're coming over to the side of the corner, and then just getting back on that accelerator nice and gradually, and then just working your way through the corner and getting a good exit, as you'll see here. So all the way up into fifth gear here, guys, just in the middle of the 150 and the 100, all the way back down to third. So just down 2 gears to third. And then with this one, as everyone probably knows, I'll just boot it up here a little bit. So as you can see on the brakes, you can feel that, you can hear that brake just really right on the edge there of starting to try to lock up in the arse end, but not quite, which I can sort of really moderate really well with these pedals. So as you can see, getting all my braking done all the way back down to third. So as you can see just here, so I've checked this out pretty thoroughly in VR, which I'll be getting at the end of the year, by the way. I'll let you know at the end of the video. No one really cares, but yeah, I'm pretty excited. So the track's nice and flat here, but as you can see, it starts to taper off into a bit of a gutter, which everyone probably knows. But for anyone that doesn't, anyone that's new to the series or to racing, yeah, it's probably something new. It tapers off right here. So you want to be coming across and getting into that gully, but not getting up on the gutter. You want to get as close to that as you can. And I try to come in as late as I can, but it's a little bit daunting when you're first trying to come into this corner. You sort of think, oh shit, it's holding me out and it's understeering and washing right out. It's just something you've got to sort of try to get used to. Trying to sort of drop your wheels in right about there, and then coming across and hugging that curb on the right there, nice and tight in third gear. As I said, just keeping a constant acceleration through the corner until you realise that you're nice and stable, and then just get on the accelerator again, just to get a good run out of the corner, as you see here, guys. So nice and gradual through the corner, and then getting back on it. As you can see there, the car wants to start coming out in the arse end. It's just a matter of like feathering the accelerator and just holding the steering wheel just enough to sort of keep it under control, but just feathering the accelerator just to get a good run out of there, not losing the arse end too much, so as you will lose time. It's coming up to this next left-hander. You're all the way up into fourth coming up here, so I come all the way over to the right-hand side of the wall here. Um, what I was doing is shooting across here, but I am sort of hanging a little bit further out to the right here, so more sort of squaring off this one, and it gets you more of a straight run into that left-hander going up the hill. The cutting, I think it's called. Yeah, coming through here, getting a nice straight braking line before you go into that left-hander going into the cutting and then coming up, as you'll see here. So I'm in the fourth, going back to third, back to second. So as you can see, not real close to the wall. I am close, but it's like a really late apex on this first left-hander, just to straighten out that braking line, just to get it nice and straight, nice and straight. Try not to drop your tyres over the right-hand white line here, and just braking in a straight line, and then just tapering off into the cutting there, and keeping it nice and tight on the left-hand side wall here, as you'll see here, coming in nice and tight, and then just accelerating out. So as everyone knows, once you're in there, you're nice and tight on the wall, and it's got a bit of a camber coming into that corner. And as you come out, it straightens out like this. So it wants to like kick the arse end out and spin it out. So just watch that one coming out, keeping a constant acceleration coming through. And then once you're out and you're straight, then start getting on the gas and try to keep it more mid-track. So when I used to come out here, I'd try to get as much acceleration through there as I could, and it shot me right over this right here, and then I just try to stay real close to the right-hand side of the wall. But with every track, and something I've noticed over the last couple of seasons, that if you try to take more of a mid or to a wide entrance into the corner and then get a later apex on the corner, it tends to get a lot more speed if you can do that. This isn't really a corner a lot of the time that you can do that, but if you can get a really good run through that cutting, stay right in the middle of the track here and then get more of a later apex, it tends to work in your favour and you get a little bit of time off there, as you'll see through here. So coming up, over that one can be a little bit tricky, coming up over the rise there, as everyone knows. I am holding second now, so what I'll do is I'll come up, I'll spot that rise where it starts to like want to go over, and I'll just get off to about 3/4 acceleration till I'm over there, and then just get back on the gas and then shift third. As you'll see here, I'll just go back a little bit there so you can have a look at it in real time, and then back onto third. And it tends to keep the car nice and stable, not want to kick out. So into the next right left-hander, coming up the hill here. So right over to the left-hand side of the wall, try not to doink it. I've noticed the new damage model, it sort of tends to, if you're just nudging the wall, it tends to put a bit of damage on straight away. So just watch that one. So staying right over to the left-hand side here, guys. This one's, I can't give you an exact. I used to try to come in really late, get a late apex, but I've sort of noticed, so this is more of an earlier apex here. This is a mid, and then this is a later one out like this. I try to sort of come in more of a mid sort of. It's sort of hard to explain, but you just sort of got to go through it. Maybe watch what I'm doing here, and then see if you can figure it out from there. But I will be putting the track guide up in real time. Actually, I'll probably put it before this guide. So yeah, make sure you just go over that and have a bit of a look. So coming out here, you're in third gear, holding third gear up here, coming through the right hander, and as you straighten up and you accelerate it out, you're hitting fourth coming up the hill. Nice and tight on that right hand wall. Coming up, make sure you don't drift too far over to the left there, as you will hit the wall and you just pretty much put yourself out of the race. But as you can see, drifting over there, coming out and then just hitting fourth and just powering right up over the hill here. So with this one, try not to drift too far out to the right here. It does tend to want to get you over this little rise here and then shoot you out into the wall. So just sort of stay sort of mid-track. But I do take more of a left-hand side of the track coming into this next dip and then coming through. I'll sort of tend to, yeah, come more left side of the track, come over, hit the grate, coming pretty much halfway down the hill off the accelerator, hitting the grate and then accelerating through the next left-hander, keeping it nice and tight on the curb there, as you'll see here. All up into fourth, off, just past it. Oh, that was the part of the track that I actually stuffed up on this lap. So I probably could have got another 10th off this one here. So coming through this one, as you can see, I was off the accelerator, but I left it too late to accelerate and get myself pulling the arse end of the car around and steering it through the corner. So I tended to understeer out and then got on the accelerator too late and nudged the wall a little bit. So as you can see there, I probably could have got a little bit more time. But coming down here, once you hit about there, I'll get off the accelerator. Once you hit the grate there on the right-hand side, the little grate here, getting back on the accelerator just gradually and trying to get the car back over nice and tight on this curb. And then once you basically hit your curb, you're accelerating right out. Try not to drift right into the wall coming out of on the exit. It's coming nice and tight out here. Don't nudge the wall like I've done there, but stay nice and tight. It's coming up over this one. This is another one. You're coming up probably at the start of that, at the start of the curb here, get off the accelerator, but you're not going this way. You're not looking to keep the car that way when you get off the accelerator. You want to come here and then aim that way, get off the accelerator, come over the curb, and then back on the gas, but keep it really nice and tight to that wall, but more of a mid to late apex. And then you'll notice as you come over the rise there, you get back on the gas, keep it nice and tight. It brings the car and the arse end nice and close to that wall, and then gets you nice and steered around the corner there, and just coming out and getting a nice good run out of the corner. As you see there, back on the gas. Probably could have got a little bit closer there. I pretty much overdriving the car there. I was probably could have, if I'd slowed down just a little bit more, not tried to get on the gas so hard, I probably could have got a little bit more time there as well. But as you can see, what I'm trying to get at is getting over the rise there and then get back on the gas, keep it nice and tight to the wall, getting a good run out of this one. So coming out of here as much speed as you can, and then just keep your head up, don't look at the curb and stuff, and then try to make your way back over to the left-hand side of the track just to set up this next one coming down through Skyline. So you're all the way up into fourth gear here. I hold fourth gear. Just where I think it's going to start rev limiting, or you probably can rev limit for a little bit. I think I've seen Scotty Gamble do that before. You'll blah, 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 and then get off it. Pretty much I've noticed for me to keep the car steady and to keep myself comfortable, I'll come up and where I notice it pings out on the rev limiter, I'll get off the accelerator there and then coast down here and go as close to that right hand wall as I can. But as I come over the rise, I'll hit third, come nice and close to that right hand wall. Coming down over the curb, hit second. Pretty much on the curb or just after the curb, I'll hit second. And then trying to stay mid track to set up that next right hander, as you'll see here, guys. Nice and tight. Over the curb there, back to second. And then sort of, yeah, keeping more mid track here or just past mid track. And then keeping it nice and tight on this right hander here. And then I'll show you this next one. This is a bit of a tricky one. So nice and tight here. So a lot of people will come out here and try to set up a late to mid to late apex coming over the dipper. It's not the way to go. I've tried it probably 60, 70 times when I was trying for the Bathurst 1000 and throughout the past seasons. I have got a track, my last track guide pretty much tells you the same thing. So nice and tight on this wall. You're pretty much aiming for this part of the car to aim for that part of the wall. So when you come through, you're aiming sort of more to come through this way, not right around here like this. So you want to come more through here, and it sort of brings you over the dipper, boots you around, but keeps your momentum going. So if you come out really wide, it comes out and wants to kick the arse end around, and then you're losing time. You got to bring the car back around. It's a big pain in the arse. So yeah, it looks like you're going to hit the front of the car, but if you can aim this part of the car for that part of the wall, you won't hit it. You'll go for it, and it'll drop off, and then shoot you around the corner nicely. I'll get back into it without waffling too much. So as you'll see here, guys, really get, yeah, that was a nutbag. Fucking, that looked like I just whoop and lost it. But yeah, that's pretty much what you're doing. You're coming around and you're just spotting the dipper there, and then you're like shooting yourself over, as you'll see here. Over the curb, dropping down the dipper there, and then nice and tight to that right hand wall. Nice and tight on the left here, guys. And then I go from about between that left-hander and between this one, pretty much right in the middle. I'll get off the accelerator, pretty much stay like coming in here to a mid sort of apex, getting off the accelerator about here, coming in nice and tight on that right-hand wall, back to second, and then halfway down the hill, I go back to first, just to slow the car right up. A lot of engine braking, just a little bit on the brake, just to slow the car right up, as you'll see here. Back to second, back to first. And I want to say more mid-track, if not further over on the right, and then just really square this corner up, get nice and tight to this concrete pillar on the left here, and then basically, as you like come around and you notice you're really tight and you're about halfway around the corner, short shifting second, and then just really giving it a boot out. Just watch your arse end coming out of the wall that you don't hit it on the right-hand side wall. I'll just come back here so you can see it a bit more in real time. So coming down, back down to first, getting right around the corner there, short shifting second, and then just booting out. It really gets you around that corner and just gets you a good run out of there. Turn that down a little bit. All right, so coming down Conrod, pretty much straightforward. So at the end of Conrod here, into that little right-hand kink, the dog leg I think they call it. So you want to shoot right out here to the left. As you'll see there, you can probably overlap the grass a little bit. It's not really necessary, but you want to go all the way out here, right on the edge of the grass, and then just squaring up this corner and staying right, coming down the end of Conrod and setting up the next left-hander. So all the way up into sixth gear, coming across, just nudging that curb. Now between the 150 and the 200, I was pushing my brake marker trying to get right up close to the 150, but it sort of tends to lock up and gets you really unstable. Then you got to watch your apex and trying to get through that corner. Just washes off way too much time, or for me anyway. So I go between the 150 and the 200, off the accelerator, really pronouncedly, off the accelerator, on the brakes, then back through the gears. But you're going like more, you're not going like in sixth gear, so you're not going fifth, fourth, third, second. You're going fifth, fourth, third, second, and then hitting your apex. So you're pretty much hitting second, turning in. As you'll see here, I'll just go through in real time. Off the accelerator, fifth, fourth, third, second, hitting your apex there on the left-hander. So you want to come in about a mid-apex. Sort of try not to wash right out to the right-hand side here as you come through this left-hander. Try not to wash out here. Try to sort of stay more mid to three-quarter track, and then you can set up the next right-hander and you'll get a better run out of there. So you're in second, up into third. You can always short shift up into third through there if you're a little bit worried about sort of holding traction through there. I've sort of noticed if you peak out second and then hit third, I know it's sort of, that's what works for me, but I'm sort of getting it right to the top of the rev range and then hitting third, coming out of there nice and tight on the right hand side, and then drifting the car right over here using all the track, coming out in third, up into fourth. As everyone knows, coming down here, it's between the 150 and the 100. I'll go about a car length before the 100, just so I'm not getting that unstableness coming into the corner. For me, Oh, that's another thing I didn't actually mention. I'm on screen this season. I'm not in VR in the anymore at the moment, as I did order a big screen Beyond VR headset, which is really exciting. For anyone that's in VR will know that it's the tiniest headset you can get on the market. It's pretty much the same size as these glasses. So I'm really excited about that. It's coming sort of more end of the year, but at the moment on the screen. So I've noticed coming down into this corner between the 150 and between the 100 and the 150, probably about a car length before the 100. Back third, back to second, and then pretty much when you see this part of the pillar in the Mustang, I don't know about the Commodore, line up with the curb, that's when I start turning in. When you basically you see the curb just sort of go past, it's a little bit finicky, but that's what I do. I sort of come down, notice it go past or line up with it, and then I start turning in, as you'll see here, all the way back down to second. So back down to third, back down to second, just there, as you'll see, it lines up, and then you're hitting that right on that curb. You don't want to hit the curb though, as it will kick you up and shoot you out into the right hand side of the track there, guys. Yeah, so that's my news for the season. Yeah, I ended up pre-ordering the big screen Beyond. I'll probably put it up and show you what it looks like if for anyone that doesn't really know. But I'm really excited to get that. But for the meantime, probably the first 8, 9 rounds, I'll be on screen. So wish me luck with that. But yeah, for any if you want to know anything, guys, leave a message in the YouTube comments or message me on Discord. But hope that helps, guys, and can't wait to see you Thursday night for the first round. Cheers. See you guys.